So what we're doing, I'm kind of doing a Dungeon 23 challenge, but kind of bastardize it for content creation. So I'm trying to stream every week, create the dungeon, and by the end of the year, have a complete campaign generated. And I decided I'm going to generate a lot of it through the Nordic book series. So we're going to roll up the main city for the campaign setting. Some things are not going to be rolled. Some things I know in my head what I want to have happen. So we'll fudge some rolls here and there. So let me go over a couple of things. To the upper left corner, that is, this is Spectacular Settlements. It's by Nordic Games. It's pretty cool. It's the first book I got by Nordic Games. So they have trading posts, villages, towns, cities, capitals, and fortresses as the kind of content that this can generate. And it's really interesting. I've worked with this before. Patreon currently has my first supplement that I posted, which was in December. I actually created from this book. So if you want to look at what kind of things that this can accomplish and what it can inspire me to do, there's a link in chat, and it's a PDF. It's free. Yeah, so we're going to be doing a capital city. I've not rolled a capital city. It is, I think, the most involved. All right, so let's go ahead and get to the capital. So, like, it's pretty cool. Like, there's the basic information we'll go over. There's government and high society. Step 3 is the community, and then step 4 is the districts in the community, and then there's some extra intrigue that we can roll. But by the time that we get through all this, we will have the bones of the capital city for the campaign that I will be working on over the next year. So the company Nordic Games also gave out sheets, fillable PDF sheets to keep the information for the spectacular settlements. So we'll go ahead and be switching between those two. Then I have Word Up on the bottom left, just so I can keep notes. Let's make a name first. We gotta do a name, right? Most of the stuff's gonna be randomly generated, so let's do a randomly generated name, huh? Alright, so I've already rolled some just for the fun of it. So this is a site I go to a lot because I'm really terrible with names. FantasyNameGenerators.com. I mean, there's more interesting ones, but this one has a lot of options. It's kind of the go-to because it's a port. It's on an island. Cloudfell. Let's go through a couple different names. Let's start with Cloudfell. I kind of like that. So yeah, if you guys have any names yourself that you want to throw out, I'm willing to consider them. Ooh, Wild Tide. That actually makes some sense given the history of the town. Grumpy's Gus says, I mean, if you want to be boring but realistic, run stuff like Port Town or whatever through Google Translate and find something good enough. There's over 9,000 places that are named something in the description in their local language. Yeah, I've definitely done something like that. I do that with my books a lot. Yeah, I'm leaning towards Wild Tide. I'm curious, I'm going to do what Gustav, Grumpy's Gus suggested here. Do some conversion. Valimar was not bad either. Yeah, that's pretty good. I kind of like that. English or Old English? I've had some good luck with this. Wild. What did Old English wild? Dative, genitive, eh. Dior was wild. Efior. Porcelain. Well, some of these names for wild are kind of alright. I think I'm going to go with Miss T on this. I like Valimar. So, like the Origin, for example, there's 12 options, so I'd be rolling a d20. But I kind of wanted it to be it's a resurrected ruins because it's quite literally the whole island is a ruin. So they are building the city on top of ruins. The capital is built on the bones of an ancient capital city. Those first exploring the pioneers knew of this former glory and sought to use the remnants of the history to their advantage. And that's kind of what I was thinking about to begin with. The ruling class, whatever I end up rolling, is claiming that they originate from the original inhabitants of this island. And I haven't decided if it's true or not, but we're going to at least have it be their propaganda for their right to rule. So the next thing we are going to be rolling on is the age. How does the capital? I don't want it to be recent. I am okay with all the other ages, although I'd honestly like old or ancient. So let's go ahead and Roll the first die of the night. It's a D10. As you can see, it was a 3. Established. Capital has been around for at least 10, but up to 100 years. Alright, so I'm going to write a little note here because I'm going to say that the city itself is older than 10 to 100 years. I'm going to say they've just consolidated power in the last 10 to 100 years to make this their capital. Let's go ahead and randomize that too. Let's see how many years have this been their capital. It has to be a minimum of 10 years though. So I'll roll a D100 and see what we get. Alright, so that's 76. So the age of this capital is 76. So there, we already have some information about what this capital's structure is. So size, how big is this city? So very small, only 20,000 people, up to very large, 150,000 people or more. So I think I'm okay with all of these. Even it's a bustling port, even if it's only 20,000 people that live there. That just means that they're overrun with traders, adventurers, merchants from all over the world, and so it could be like 1,000 people that are just there visiting. So let's see how big the city is. Roll a d20 here. It is a 7, which is medium. All right, that's respectable. So the environment, we know exactly what the environment is. We don't have to roll for it. It is coastal. Let's see, number of outside of the capital based on our size is 3. Let's just see what we get. We're rolling D100s. All right, let's see the first building that owns. So 30, it is farming agricultural. Second building, the 55. The 50 barrows. That's barrows. Sure, let's have them bury stuff outside of town. Why not? So one more outside the capital. 91. Ooh, this is a rare one. Let's see what it is. Subterranean warrens. Something is under the capital, below even the sewer system if the capital has one, which it does. There could be the ruins of another city, the crude dwelling places of simple beasts, or the residence of another active civilization. Yes, perfect. I love it. We are definitely going to use that. And then we got to find out if they know about it or not, huh? That's a D6. 5 is not known. They do not know about it. That's even better. That is adventurers in the making. So these are things that we can add to our notes later. I don't have any specific ideas for what I want to do for the subterranean warrens, but it's a really good adventure hook for use at later times, and that's half the reason that we're doing this is for figuring out what we can build upon. So that is it for outside of the Capitol buildings. Sorry for the abrupt end, but I had no idea how I was going to be splitting up the videos at the time. The thought required for organizing my streams to help make YouTube videos is new to me. Going forward, I plan on splitting up the videos into sections based off the format of the generation I use. So far, we have determined that our capital city's name is Valimar. It's built upon the ruins of a lost civilization, and its population is around 50,000. We have also learned that there are farms outside the city. However, the real intrigue comes from the depths of the city. There is some sort of unknown burrow or crypt under the city, as well as a whole unknown civilization. If you enjoy this type of content, click the like button and consider subscribing to the channel to see more content like this. If you'd like to be part of the process, consider watching my live streams. Check out the link to my Twitch channel in the description below. Follow me there to be notified when I go live. Thanks for watching. Until next time, keep creating.